Hello, very good evening. Are you able to see my screen? Hello. Okay, good. Okay. So that day we were coming up with reading data from Excel file, right? So I will just refresh it up once again. Then we go further. Okay. So before starting that one, any questions, anybody? Okay. So normally in our real time, how we'll be passing test data is through Excel as well. So in which format we'll pass it up is test case 1, test case 2, test case 3, test case 4 columns and rows wise fields. But remember another thing, this is one way you can pass, but there is no restriction for all the frameworks you should pass like this. Okay, so however you feel comfortable you can pass it up. So here, so whenever uh, you are executing test case 1, you have to point it out to this third column and have to read data from your Excel as well. So test case 1 you are executing means third column, that is fixed. So before that you have to read data from XLS file means you should be aware of both row and column, right? You have to read data from XLS file means you should be aware of row and column. So column you already got it up, then what you have to do, you have to read data from which row. So last name you are passing means, oh, that code has saved that day or not. uh, I'm not sure. Let me check it out. Hmm, okay. So mm, okay, so what I do is I'll copy. So again I have to come up with all this code means it will take too much time. So I will explain. So okay, I think it's there. Let me check it up. Oh, it's not there. Okay, that's fine. So uh, so you have to read data from XLS file means this is the function name. So str username equal to function name and your is equal to means you should pass parenthesis. Then so uh, what is the parameter you have to read from your XLS file is so first let us suppose I have to read username. I have to read username comma. So what is the test case? So test case 1 you are executing means you'll be passing this is the one. Then uh, even this is the environment variable input, so you'll be passing from in the main program you'll be passing it up. So see, during data driven testing I could have told you like environment variable also you will get a chance to use in your real time. So how you will use environment variable, so this is how. Okay, so okay, so environment variables, this is how you will use in your real time. So across that environment you'll be using, or you'll be passing some parameters like global wise. So then here excel data application, so object excel rows dot count. Okay, this one yesterday I have shown is not required. Then what I do is like message box from script. Mm, from excel, okay, so then inside if, so empty row count, column, okay. So the idea is very simple. So you are executing test case 1 means which row, which field you have to capture from XLS file. Here you are passing, you are coming up with one function. For that function you are passing two parameters. So for which test case, which field you have to capture, that is what. So parameter to read and which test case, int test case. So username you have to read means it will go username and test case id 1 it will go here. You are having any questions, just ask that time itself. Okay, I have unmuted so you can speak. So whatever the question you have you can ask me very well, no issues. So now test case 1 means plus 2, that means third column. Test case 2 means plus 2, fourth column. So this value you already aware of, column you already aware of, only the thing is row you have to find out. So row, how you will find out is which field you are passing, which field you are passing. So that field okay, so you have to read data from XLS means row and column you should be aware of. So column you already got it with the help of test case. Then row you have to capture dynamically with the help of whatever the field you are passing. So that is what how you'll pass is like field name in your excel, how you are passing, in which column you are passing, second column. So what you do is like uh, from the starting row, first row, second row, third row. So what you are doing here is like how many rows of data you are passing, how many rows of data you are passing, those many times I am putting in loop. So from here I'm trying to validate. From here I'm going step by step, one by one I'm incrementing, and I'm trying to find out. So one first row, second column, whenever I equal to I into row 65,000 something, it will return, right? So normally the thing is like trim and L case. Why I am passing is like normally while typing you may give spaces, right? You may give spaces left side or right side. So what this function trim will do is like it will remove spaces, and meanwhile you may type uppercase characters or lowercase characters or in combination, but VB script is case sensitive. That is the reason whatever the case you are giving in your XLS file, you are converting it into lowercase. L case in lowercase. You are converting it into lowercase. So here also you can type whatever the case you want, you can type, or even in your Excel format also, whatever the format you want, you can pass it, whatever the case you want. Finally, here both you are trying to convert it into lowercase, so you don't want to worry. So here first the row value will be I, row value will be 1. So column, you have to read data from Excel as well, means object Excel cells row comma column, row equal to I, column equal to 2. Why I have given 2 here? The reason is field name you have given in your XLS file in second column. That is the reason statically I have given 2. So every time you don't want to increment column, column is same, only the thing is row value 1 by 1 2 3 4 5. That is what I have to do, right? Only column I have to, sorry, column I don't want to increment, row I have to increment. So that is the reason for I'm using increment. So now if I go and execute, what I have given here is like, before going I will tell you. So username I have given, username, first I'm trying to capture username. So mm, okay, so the thing is like I have opened the same Excel as well, right? That's why it's creating trouble. So what you can do is you will close. Okay, so I will go for so this is our current latest one. So copy, I will open same thing. Okay, so why um, just a second, this is the one, right? um, Okay. Hmm. Register input field. This is correct. Let me check extension. XLSX. This is good. Okay. So you want to read username from Excel as well. So username, but initially I value should be 1. So 1 comma first row second column. What is the value you have? Blank. So that is what here is displaying, right? From Excel, blank. So now I value gets increment 1. So second column, sorry, second row second column, what you have? Blank. But from script you have to read the username, right? That is why always you should be username only. Okay. So from script Excel, so username is equal to blank. No, so here it will try to validate. From Excel you have blank, from script you have username, so both won't match. So again I value get increment 1. So 2 plus 1 3. So third column, sorry, third row second column. So what you have? Test data. Now username from script test data. Okay. Username is equal to test data. No. So I value again get increment 1. So 3 plus 1 4. Fourth row third column. Fourth row third column blank you have. So from script username from Excel blank. So username is equal to blank. No. Again I value 5. Fifth row second column. So fifth row second column, what you have? Salesforce login. So username Salesforce login. So both is equal to no. So again sixth row third column URL. No. Okay. So seventh row second column, both you have username and username. Username equal to username. So it matched. So it go inside of that action. So inside if I found in seventh row. So I value I found row. Here int found row equal to I. So seventh. See, it was displayed seventh. Seventh int column 3, right? So field is in here, but value should be there in third column. That is the reason 7 seventh row third column is this one. Seventh row third column. This is the one, right? So here it will display like okay. That is what you want, right? That's what you are expecting. Any questions? Exactly whatever you have. See, repose to I am giving. Repose to. So now this is unnecessarily wasting time. So I will give like uncomment. I will comment. This one also I will comment. Okay. So second one I will remove. Okay. So now I'm giving repose to. So what it will display? Row found and int column. Row found and int column. Row found is 19. Okay. 19 and column 2 it will display and value should get display. Yeah. This one. Okay. Let us see. Okay. Row it found 19. That's what, right? 19th row. Okay. reports to you have 19th. So column is in 3. Test case 1 is in third column. So value, this is what you want. Exactly, you go for like last name. Another final thing, account name will go for. Here I'll give account name. Account name is in 14th column. Okay, so int row found 14, it will give. Row will be 3, value should be okay 14. Third, okay, this is the one you have, right? Here, that is the one you have. So this is how you will be reading data from your XLS file. Any questions? Anybody understand at least something? Nothing? Okay. Okay, something means you will practice means you will get to know something. Okay. Okay, so but how you will be maintaining your functions? So this is how one function you come up for reading data from XLS file. But this function you have to pass it up means you will follow some standard. So how you will pass? Through .vbs. Okay, so this is the one. See which are the functions you have. All those functions I keep maintain here. Okay, so far I come up with this is the function. Okay, so far I come up with this is the function. And see object excel in every okay, as of now I make it like global. Object excel I made it like global. Why? I will explain you later. As of now you keep like that. So why I made it global I will explain. So here I will remove additional XLS files. Once you open you have to close, right? But you have to close, so that is why here excel.exe are keep appending. So how to close through script I will tell you. So now you come up with function for reading data from XLS file. So this is what you have to use in your QTP means. Before that, like this, which are the functions you have, all those functions you will place in your function library.vbs. Your framework supporting functions all you'll be keeping here. But these functions you have to use in your test script. How you will use? During VB scripting introduction class or next class I could have told you. So how you will use those functions in your test script. So you have to use those functions in your test script means you have to go to settings, resources, under resources plus. Here you have to associate that function library, right? Do you remember? So here framework automation function library, where you'll put under function library folder. So once you associate, then all those functions you can use. Okay, now see here Salesforce login. If I go here, I have made it a like static. So every time I execute, always it will be taking same data. But this is not my requirement while executing your automation test suite. So I may get a chance to execute it in multiple environments. So I have to execute in multiple environment means this is what this reusable action I have to make it dynamic. So how I'll make it dynamic is like so go to Salesforce login. Okay, so now mm, str url equal to okay, so this is the function, right? This is the function. So mm, okay, so what I do is like what is the test case you have to pass. So test case where you are passing test case ID, right? Okay, before that mm, just a second. Mm, I'm keeping like maintaining a similarity. Okay, by means again I have to change. I have to change in so many situations. So that's why in earlier framework, what is the parameter I have used? Here also, I'm keep maintaining same parameter. Okay. So y means again I may get a chance to create if I modify for this test script. Whatever the name you want, you can give it up. But only the thing is, everywhere you have to replace it with same variable. That's what I mean. Okay. Mm, okay. Where is our script? Login. So read input. So what you have to read? URL. Okay. URL. Then username. Okay, username. So username, password. So now you are reading data from your XLS file. So static values replace with variables. So password. Okay, so now I go for the main script. Okay, here another reusable action I will insert like logout. Here I'll put breakpoint. Now I will execute this. Uh, that is a function I have to associate, right? I forgot to associate that function maybe. If you don't associate, this is the error you will get it. Okay, so function file settings resources plus browse for that function, check it up like Salesforce automation. This is your framework. Okay, so before going this one, I'll go main script and execute. If Excel is there, I will kill that Excel. No Excel, good. Oh, what is this? You have given, right? Function library.vbs. Yeah. I'll close and reopen, okay? It's nothing wrong actually. Should work. Sometimes it will get problem. Even though your code is perfect, this is a problem with your QTP. So what you do is like you close QTP, reopen, okay? It is also not working means you restart your computer. It will work. Mm. Why? Ah. Mm. Just give me a second. So, mm, okay. So, just what is this function? I will tell you later. What is the problem is you are directly calling function read XLS. Why this one? Function create Excel. You are giving this one, right? Should not give. Oh, I got it. What is the problem? No, but still it should work. The thing is like I have to restart my computer. Then only it will work. Nothing is wrong with my code. Sometimes it will happen. So let me. mm, Okay, you're getting function type mismatch. Now I'm associating it, tools, resources, Salesforce automation. Good. Why it is? No, this is the problem with QTP. I have to restart, then it will work. Okay. What I do is like before that, at least I will create this. I'll complete this test script before stopping. Okay. So okay. So exactly like that, how you are passing test data here is like you are capturing data from. Okay. Sorry. So for login, it's log. For login, I'm coming up with this is the way I'm reading. Exactly like that for contact. For creating contact also exactly. Okay, all these parameters I should read from Excel as well, right? So I have to type means it will take too much time. That's the reason what I do is like from my another script whatever I have created for another batch, that is what I'm copy paste and make necessary changes. Okay. So I'm going for like create contact. No, not this one. Yeah, actions. So create contact. Okay, so here also I have to actually another thing is like if you associate it in main program, that means like main test script, you don't want to associate it again in your action. Even if you associate, nothing wrong. Okay, but it's good practice, you are associating in main stuff means you don't want to associate again in function like that or in reusable actions. Okay, so now this is how you will be reading data from your XLS file. But if you go for contact here, okay, so you'll be clicking Mr. Ram. Then even here you have to read data from XLS means salutation, then first name is there, first name, or this one you have to replace. So last name, and last name, then what you have, account name, account name, title, title, phone, not phone, okay, phone, mobile. Once your framework has developed, if you will be into automation testing, what is your job is like copy paste. Most of mostly you'll be doing like copy paste. That is what you're doing here, right? So that is what I'm saying, like until and unless you will get a chance to put into new startup project. These days if you go for like most of the projects, automation framework already developed, so you may not get it 98%. I'll give you most of the frameworks already developed, but if you get a chance to put into like a new fresh startup project, then only you will get a chance to start from scratch developing framework. So at the time only you may get a chance to create functions, everything. Okay, but framework was already developed. Then what is your job is like where, which function you have to use, which are the fields you have to modify. That is what you will be doing. Okay, so that's why what I have to give here, department, refers to department, where it is street, city, just a second, home, department. Mm, okay, you understand, right? So if it is new startup project, then only you'll get a chance to create functions and everything. Otherwise, so if you are aware of like where is what is what, okay, so that is more than enough. So like this, reusable actions will be getting and mostly copy paste. So new contract mailing street. Mm, okay, so here repose to department fax mailing mailing street zip zip mailing city mailing state mailing state country. Okay, so this is how you'll be capturing data from your excel file with the help of initially. Then you'll be replacing static values with dynamic. So for okay, your script will make it perfect. It should execute now. Okay, for log, see for login and create contact, you are replaced static values with the dynamic. And for logout, you don't get any parameters or you don't get a chance to pass data. So this one you can simply ignore. So now what is this destroy? So this destroy function, what it is like, so once you open your XLS file, you have to close that Excel, right? So for closing that Excel, I come up with code, VB script code. So this is nothing but like your Excel destroy. So where you open your XLS file, you modify something. So what it does, it will ask you like, do you want to save, or some pop-ups it will give you, right? Like reminders, alerts kind of stuff. So those alerts you are making false. That means it doesn't display those alerts kind of stuff. So MS Excel display alerts false. You are making like those display alerts you are making false means they don't get destroyed during execution. Then you are saving object Excel active workbook dot save. You are saving active workbook you are closing, then Excel you are quitting. So if I open that XLS file, again I have to open Excel. So inputs, I am doing some changes. Now if I close, see this kind of messages I am disabling temporarily. Okay, so then I'm canceling QTP. So save active workbook dot save. What it does is like, this is the active workbook. This one you are saving and closing. This active workbook you are closing. I don't want to save, I'm closing. Okay, then object Excel dot quit. Object Excel I'm quitting Excel file itself. Then display alerts, I'm re-enabling. Once I done whatever I want, I should enable those alerts, right? If I don't use this statement, then onwards, even manually also by chance, if you open XLS file and make some changes, don't save. If you try closing, you don't get that alerts. Be careful. So that's the reason I am making it as true. I'm disabling alerts. Finally, I'm enabling alerts again. So I'm making it as nothing. Now, if you remember, like whenever I execute script, I'm going task manager, Excel. If I if it's there, I'm closing manual. I'm killing that process manually. Now, if you are calling this function means you don't want to kill it manually. It will close automatically. That is the purpose of like your Excel disk drive. So that is what I put in function library. Okay, I put in function library and reading. Okay, so this is what if I execute it should work, but due to something it's not working right now. So even real time also you may come across this kind of situation. So what you do is like you first close your QTP, reopen. It may work sometimes. Even that is also not working means you restart your computer, it will work. Even that is also not working means you have to reinstall your QTP. Even that is also not working means you have to reimage your operating system. These are very common issues you will come across in your QTP. But reimage operating system or reimage your QTP, you may not get a chance. Your restart means it should work. Okay, you understand, right? So right now we were created one test script by handling your test data dynamically. Now what is our next step is like uh, whenever any of the specific statement is executing, so at that time I have to create logs. I have to create. So what is doing is creating on contact space. We are navigating to contact space from home page to contact space. So contact page navigated successfully as expected. So then clicking on home page, so again contact some form, create contact page, create new as soon as you click on new button from contact space, you should navigate to new contact page, right? So contact page navigated successfully as expected. Then username enters successfully, last name enters successfully, first name enters successfully. Like that, logs you have to log to your XLS file, right? So what are the statement is executing, that log you have to create in your XLS file. So that is what tomorrow will be seeing. If you are working means now itself I will continue, no issues. Shall we continue now? Yeah, yeah, that's when I'm just kidding. Okay, so you understand something at least finally? Yeah, that's what. So before that, how many times I tell a story will be hearing very good. Once you sit in front of the computer and start, real story starts. Really. So just see, step by step you go. Otherwise, it's very difficult. If you are you both of you from computers background? I'm sorry, I may be asking a couple of times. But still this is a little bit different, right? In our life we might not come up with this kind of situation. So that's why you start from scratch, from starting question, create Excel, then close Excel, open XLS file, read data from XLS, basic operations you do. Then if you come up with this function, then only you can understand, otherwise null, really. Okay, so that's what step by step we go. Once we finish our automation framework, then you open your QTP means nothing will be there, blank, really. Okay, see, at least as of now what you should be aware of is like at least manual process. So how you will be reading data from XLS? So first data column and row you'll be passing, column will be constant, row will be keep incrementing. So this is how you are reading. At least this is the one you are aware of, means tomorrow when you start implementing creating Excel and reading data, at the time you will understand very clearly. Okay. Okay, then any more questions? Okay, that's me. Thanks for your time. Okay, tomorrow 7:30 will be meeting, right? 7 or 7:30? Okay, fine. 7:30 will meet tomorrow. Okay. Okay, then see you.